Hey y'all, so yeah, I'm just piggyback riding off of my last video about the jobs. Now, remember I told y'all the summer job I had at Rogers. Again, I don't even know how long that lasted. Probably like 4 weeks. But then the Domino's, or is it Dominic's? It's Dominic's. Yeah, I swear to God, I wasn't even in there a good, I promise you, a high three. I think this was like my third or second day, y'all. Like, a girl came up there with all eight of her sisters, like, yeah, we're gonna find. I'm like, oh, I'm finna beat you up. And I remember I was 17, so the supervisor couldn't let me, go, cause I'm still a, quote unquote, I'm a child. They call my mama or whatever, and the man was telling my mama, oh, we're gonna hold her until you get here or whatever. So when mama came up there, um, the police was like, oh, you here? I'm so happy you here. You could take her home or whatever. And I remember my mama was like, oh, now I just left her. She finna get her ass whooped. Hero, you better whoop her ass. I remember that. And like I said, my uncle and his girlfriend was a supervisor at Food Plus. I don't even know if I was there for 3 weeks or a month. And then, like I said, I really didn't work. Like, I need y'all to understand from my perspective of things. Like, if you really go into how people think about the system, kids being trained, even in school, like the order they put you in the line, you got to raise your hand to speak. All this is you training. You training kids. You training them how to act according to the society that the government has made for us, right? And I just never learned those things. And this is the honest truth. Even in school, I told y'all I wasn't carrying book bags, all that. One bad apple spoiled a tree. I wasn't into that. I told y'all when teachers used to tell me, "Oh, y'all was acting bad. You got to do this," and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking responsibility for somebody else. So I'm not doing it. All that, you can't go to the bathroom. If I gotta pee, I'm going. My mama said I can go. Like, I'm getting up, I'm going. Even don't you can't be on your phone. Like, if my mama or one of my siblings call or text me, I'm texting them back. Like, this is how I was trained as a child. I know people gonna be like, you saying train? Yes, you have to train your child. Like, you have to train like you train a dog. Like, and I hate to compare it to that, but no, seriously, this is it. So I was never trained to really follow any real rules, except for, of course, don't steal, kill, stuff like that. Like, I know molestation and rape, I know stuff like that is wrong, but as far as like having a real like authoritative figure, even with the Pledge of Allegiance, I promise y'all, I was in kindergarten. My mom was like, you don't pledge your allegiance to no flag, so you don't gotta stand up. And the teacher used to be like, Miss Hudson, you. And I was like, my mama said I ain't gotta do that. My mama said I ain't gotta do that. So y'all gotta understand, like, again, I have a rebellious. I told you I do believe in my sign. I'm an Aquarius. I have a way of doing things my own way. I am very original, and I believe moving to my own beat. I've always been like that. I've always been like that. So I never forget too, when I was a child, my mom used to always be like, well, when I started growing, she's like, Hero, I'm so happy that God gave you a gift, because I promise you, I don't know what you would do. And she used to call me Hillary. Like, I was just never motivated to do hard work. Like, even if when I did my clients, y'all, I moved so fast with it. I know it was nobody but a God's gift. Like, I knew it was nobody but God moving these hands. And I used to love my clients. My clients knew. Again, I had a quick weave, an hour and 10 minutes, or so in 2 hours top. I was in and out. Some days, especially on the weekend, I ain't had no kids. I ain't had no man. I was in the shop. Come on, 10 o'clock. I'll take you. And it became family. But I got paid. I got paid good. I got paid good for my services. Like, and it was what it was, and I was good at what I did. So it was like, I know y'all say, oh, you could go get up and get a job, you could go get it, but it wouldn't work for me. Like, I would find too much wrong with it. I might not even be fast enough to say I quit. They might fire me on the spot, like, Hudson, don't come back. You ain't got to come back. We good. We don't need you. Like, and they don't want to get people unemployment. I'm sure I will be getting unemployed. unemployment. I'm sure I will be getting it because they will be firing me. You want to know why? Because a lot of things, if it don't make sense to me, I'm not doing it. Now, that don't mean like if it don't make sense to me, it ain't true, it ain't the right thing. But I believe in what I believe in. I've always been that type of person. I've just always been that type of person. I told y'all, I'll never forget when a teacher asked me a question, and this was one of the teachers that she did not play. She asked me a question. I told her I didn't know. The lady asked me, am I stupid or stupid? And I told her, shut the fuck up talking to me. I would never forget that. Like, I just been in so many situations where the supposedly authoritative figure thought like they hit up here. No, like even at a young age, I did not play that shit. I didn't play that shit. I did not play that shit. I don't even like or enjoy arguing with people, but people will tell you, please, like guys used to come up to me when it was me and my friend group, like, oh, you know, saying something to me and my friend, like, please leave her alone. Because they know, like, once I start, like, it ain't no stopping, I'm going to be real disrespectful. And I'm an extremist, or at least I was. It's either I'm really nice or it's like, I'm really with the shit. So it's like, just leave me alone. I'm a cool person. I'm not a petty person. I don't really get over aroused about certain things or too emotional or whatever. But when I do, I do. And it don't got to make sense to you. It is what it is. It is what it is. But again, for those of you who judge me, I understand that, but you got to understand, I was not raised like that. I was not raised like that. I didn't grow up under those conditions. My oldest brother, me, my sister, you know what they say, when you get to the last child, you just kind of like, so I feel like even my little brother, I feel like he will work, but it's like, for how long? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to King. You know I love you. I ain't judging you. But it's just like, and people just, you know, how you gonna make it? And I look back and I see the things that me and my siblings have accomplished, and it's like, even the places that we've been or the places we live or the certain places I'm used to going or whatever, and it's like, although we wasn't really materialistic when we was younger, I feel like when we got older, I feel like we had elegance, we had manners, we know how to blend in. I've been at 8 different schools. I know how to adapt. I know how to, you know. So when people say certain things or expect me to be, oh, she black, she's from the south side of Chicago, it's like, yeah, but I'm not, you know, that's not all of me. You know, I've also been the only Negro on the block. You know, I've also been one out of 12 Negroes in the school. You know, so it's like I know how to maneuver when it comes to people. That's why I could never be racist. Well, hold on, let me change that. I could never just totally say I'm a racist. Could I fire back at a racist? I'm from the south side of Chicago. I sure can. But it's like I just love people, you know. So it's like I could never put everybody in one box, you know. And so I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't trained like that. So it is definitely important sometimes when we do harsh judgment on people to understand where they come from or their background. And although some people don't have the patience for that, and if you don't have the patience for that, you could lose out on some really good people, you know, on some really good relationships. You really could. So being understanding is a skill, because even if you understand, that don't mean you have to agree. It does not mean that. That means you understand, and if you got understanding, then maybe you know how to deal with this person. Maybe you thought this person was an asshole, but this person used to get beat on, or she used to let people run over her, or her parents was abusive, and now she have the courage to stand up for herself. And you might be like, you know what, she an asshole, but I understand why. Let me come at her like this. Let me try this way. Like, let me be compassionate and let her know, like, you know, I understand why you act like that, but you don't gotta be like that to me. Being understanding, that's all. And knowing somebody's background, how they was raised, how they was trained. Okay, that's all.